to Myze Music. Today I really wanted to talk about some of the newer music that has recently been released. Specifically on the date of March 30th, there were 3 really great releases in the music world, 2 of which are country releases, 1 of which is an alternative, kind of indie pop release. So first and foremost, my favorite artist in the whole wide world, Cassadee Pope, released her brand new single, Take You Home, on March 30th, and I can't be more excited. For those of you who know me, you know that I have worshipped the ground that Cassadee Pope has walked on for years on end since I was probably in 6th grade. From her days back at Hey Monday, to her solo career, to the time she went on The Voice, won The Voice, now country, and now she's actually off to a country, more pop, back to her roots in rock kind of route, which is really exciting. It reminds me definitely of the days where she was in Hey Monday. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what she's up to next. But for Take You Home, wow, it's just, I saw her a few months ago, and it was at Atlantic City, and she performed this song and another new one that hopefully she'll be releasing soon. You know, being the super fan I am, of course I go on YouTube almost every day, seeing if she's played any other new songs live. This was one of them, so I'm a little bit of a cheater in that regard. I go and look up things before they come out. I can't help it. It's just something I do when I love an artist, especially as much as I love her. So I heard Take You Home a little while ago, but, I couldn't really hear the lyrics at all until I saw her live for myself. But still, you can't really focus in on a song until it actually comes out. So finally, it was released on March 30th, like I was saying, and I'm just so proud of her. She sounds amazing. She sounds like a new Cassadee Pope, honestly. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the future is going to bring for Miss Pope, because she is just blossoming. I think this new music is really going to be a new age. Take You Home is like such a special song because it's not exactly what you would expect either. Like, you would automatically think the title leads to a different concept than what it really is. The song really talks about, a form of meeting somebody and wanting to show them around your hometown and taking them home and wanting them to understand you, and also wanting to understand everything about that person. And, the excitement there is when, there's someone new in your life that you are just amazed by, and, you want to take things slow because you really just want to come to a full understanding of each other. And, you just want to show them around your hometown, and you want them to get to know you and your home, where you're from. And that is something that I feel like does not get talked about a lot in music these days. So it's really exciting to see Cassadee Pope's twist on that, and it really makes for a special song, and I'm really happy to see all the publicity it's been going under lately. So hopefully within the matter of months she'll be releasing more new music, hopefully an EP or an album. Really can't wait to see what's to come for her. It's very exciting. Second, another really great release that I am currently obsessed with, I've probably listened to it every day since it's been released, is Kacey Musgraves' new album, Golden Hour. If you have not listened to this album yet, you really need to. Right now, you can pause this, go listen to it. I will even put a link in my description down below. I'll even put a little pop-up thing right here. You need to go and listen to Golden Hour if you have not done so yet. Country fan or not, this is an album that you do not need to miss. It is beyond perfect. I don't think that any other release will really top this one for me on a genuine level, at least. Of course, a State Champs and Mayday Parade, all of my favorite bands start releasing more music this upcoming year. Those will probably be like up the top for me, but this one just has a certain raw and genuineness about it that I just can't seem to get over. It's very real. I recently released a blog yesterday about it, so if you haven't checked that out, please do. I talked basically about how Kacey Musgraves really trusts her emotions in this album. We're so used to hearing her being kind of snarky and, she's not afraid to say what she wants to say. And I love that about her. I still admire that about her. Of course, this album does have, those cute little things in it every here and there, but it's not as intense as it used to be. Instead, she's really relying on emotions that she's feeling and making these songs as relatable as humanly possible. And I think she puts things into words that we wouldn't think that we would want to put into words. Like, things that we think that we can't put into words, she puts into words. That's exactly how I want to say it right there. Like, I don't know, like, really good examples of this are in a few of her songs, like Lonely Weekend, for example. She really talks about how, just being kind of alone on a weekend, no one's around, everyone's busy, and you wouldn't think to write a song about that, but she did, and it's glorious. It has a little bit of a disco flair on it. It's very catchy, but it's also really relatable because, sometimes I sit around and I'm like, wow, like, this is kind of like a lonely weekend. You feel alone and you feel like everybody else is out doing something else. And she put that into words, and I just can't explain how cool that is. Another one of my favorites, as you guys know, is Butterflies too. I talked about that in one of my other vlogs and how I think that really depicts genuine love. And, it's still one of my favorites for sure. But I think the track that opens the album, as I'm looking at it right now, Slow Burn, really, really kills me the most. It's one of the most perfect opening tracks I think I've ever listened to, ever. For real. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's just a whole introduction to the album, and she just really talks about from the time she was born and being kind of like imperfect and like not being afraid to take on the world no matter what, comes her way. Like, it's okay to have a slow burn, like, it's okay, like, to have annoyances here and there, but you know what? Life is life, and you're gonna get through it, and I think it was really the perfect way to open the album. A few of my other favorites include Love is a Wild Thing. Of course, I love Space Cowboy. That was the first single to be released off the album, and it was definitely a really good choice. I think everybody can relate to that at some point, needing space from someone in your life, no matter what, love, friendship, family. Sometimes you just need to take a step back. Also, I think this is definitely one of my favorite ones too, Happy and Sad. This is one of those songs on this album that I would never be able to put into words what she puts into words. So I talked about a little bit about it in my blog, but she pretty much talks about how, you're maybe like in this relationship, right? And you're afraid to feel happy, but you feel happy about it. But you're scared to feel happy because you're so used to being hurt, and you know that maybe things in life don't always go right for you. So you just imagine coming down from this high and just hitting a low. And, you think that you're always going to hit lows and there's no highs. And of course, in life, I feel like there is an equal amount of highs versus lows. And you're going to hit lows. But I feel like when you're in the moment and you're happy about something, you shouldn't be focusing on, this is going to crash and burn. And I feel like this is what Kacey Musgraves talks about in Happy and Sad. You're happy in this moment that is beautiful and you're falling in love and you're just so taken back because you're not used to this. And you're used to you can't accept the moment for what it is because you're so used to all these moments ending in flames. And I don't know about you guys, but she really puts this concept into perspective for me listening to Happy and Sad, and it for sure is one of my favorites on the album. Also, there are other songs that I really love the whole thing. There's not really a single flaw on this one for me. She also has a song called High Horse, and I've been really jamming to that recently because I just think it's really catchy. It's definitely one of the songs on the album that has more of that little disco flair in it, which makes it even more exciting. Also, the song Rainbow and Golden Hour both end the album, and I think they really conclude it perfectly, quite flawlessly. Like I said, if you haven't listened to Golden Hour yet, you really need to do so. You won't regret it, even if you're not a country fan. I think it definitely deserves to be respected. It's something that should not be overlooked. If this album is not nominated for like 500 Grammys, I will be really disappointed next year because I definitely think it deserves it. And according to Twitter, a lot of other stars like Hayley Williams, Mark Ronson, Alex Gaskarth, Kelly Clarkson, they have all agreed that this album is just beautiful. And if you don't cry the first time you listen to it, quite like I did, then is it really even real to you? I don't know. But like I said, please go listen to Golden Hour. I highly recommend it. Another band that recently had a really cool release that I was disconnected from for a little while was a band called Jukebox the Ghost. Yes, they're called Jukebox the Ghost. I recently recommended them to a friend of mine at work, and she was like, that's their name? And I was like, yes, it is. So Jukebox the Ghost, they also released their new album on March 30th. This was just a crazy day in general, but I didn't know this one was even happening. It actually came up on my Instagram newsfeed. I was like, wow, I haven't listened to them in a while. Let me go look up this album. So I looked up their new album. It's called Off to the Races, and wow, I do not regret it at all. It's spot on. Like, I remember listening to them back in the days when they released songs like Schizophrenia. And, they were wild and they were fun, and I love that they didn't lose that stylistic thing that they had going for them that made them Jukebox the Ghost. These, crazy lines, the funk, and the dancey music. It's really great. Off to the Races is just such a fun album, right from when it begins, the ending. A few highlights for me in it though, for sure. Number one, it has to be Fred Astaire. It's so cute. I'm really a sucker for a really catchy, fun love song. Maybe not like the, really deep love songs, the acoustic ones. Of course, I love those too, but the ones that are cute and fun, I think that's actually worse to be a sucker for. But I really am, and this one's called Fred Astaire, and he talks about, the lead singer basically talks about how, I dance like I don't care. She calls me Fred Astaire, and if you know who Fred Astaire is, it just makes this song that much cuter. And I highly recommend that you listen to it. I can't even explain it. It's just fun, it's catchy, and I just want to dance to it every time I hear it, and I bet that you will want to dance to it too. No lie. Also, a few other ones that really caught my eye. Everybody's Lonely. That song is just, I don't know if it was meant to make someone chuckle, but it kind of made me chuckle because it's I guess you would call it kind of satirical, a satire almost, maybe not a satire, I don't know. It's just kind of I found it humorous just because it talks about how everybody in this world, is looking for love and they're all lonely. And one of the lyrics of this song, if this depicts anything to you about this song, basically says all the songs on the radio sing I'll never let you go. And when I first heard that lyric, I might not be exactly spot on with that, by the way. I don't have that right in front of me right now. But it's basically that concept. When I first heard that lyric, I thought about the radio right now, and I was kind of counting in my head all these songs that have that concept in it, and Jukebox the Ghost was right. That's a really overused lyric. And now when I even lyric right, I'd never want to put that in a song because it's very overused. So don't do it. But I just thought there was a lot of humor in that song because it's very true. A lot of the songs on the radio are using, I will never let you go, that was really bad and off tune. Do not quote me on that. I don't sound that bad, I promise. But, all the songs on the radio do have, a concept like that. So, I just thought there was a lot of humor. I highly recommend that one, too. Everybody's Lonely, it's called. Also, the song See You Soon was another highlight for me. It really made me feel emotional. It's about really losing someone, but, seeing them soon one day, hopefully. And songs like that always really capture my emotions and my heart because, I feel like that's something that everybody can relate to, everybody that's had a loss in their life. And that song really, really executed that emotion perfectly for me. And when I first heard it, there were even little tears in my eyes, and I really thought back to those times when I was experiencing those emotions. So if you're someone who has experienced a loss, first off, I apologize, and I'm really sorry. I know it's terrible. But if you're looking for a song to really kind of relate to that you need right now, I highly recommend you listen to See You Soon by Jukebox the Ghost. That's a really good song. In fact, listen to the whole album because it will make you happy, it'll make you sad. I can't say it'll make you angry because I didn't experience that much, but I really, really enjoyed it, and I think that anybody could enjoy it, that appreciates music in general. So definitely check out Jukebox the Ghost, Off to the Races. Really great. Highly recommend. Next time, I really hope to talk about 30 Seconds to Mars' new album that I just realized came out, called America. I used to be a pretty big fan of them back when I was younger. I stopped listening to them for quite a few years, and I just got back on a kick with them because Dangerous Night, really, one of their new singles, Dangerous Night, kind of drew me back in a little. I was like, this sounds a little like old 30 Seconds to Mars, but with like a new 30 Seconds to Mars twist. And I'm feeling this. Like, I was vibing off of it. I haven't listened to the full album yet. All I know is that there is a song with Halsey on that album, and I love Halsey. And for any of you who love Halsey, I'm sure you probably already listened to it. And I kind of just listened to, like, the previews of these songs, so I haven't necessarily gone into the deep end with anything yet, so I really want to do that. And I'll be sure to talk about that album next time. But until then, those are my little spiels on all the new music that has been released that I've been interested in. Sure that there has been many other albums out, singles. If you know of any of them and you want me to check them out, please leave those in the comments section. I'd be more than happy to check them out, listen to them, and maybe even talk about them in the next vlog. But until then, thank you for watching. Please go check out my blog, myzemusic.wordpress.com. I would love that. I also have connecting Facebook, Instagram, Twitter accounts. Also working on Spotify playlists too. So you can find those on my blog under Kelly's Kicks. Really exciting things happening. Until then, again, thank you for watching. And I hope you come back soon. Be sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Those eyes, damn those eyes get me every time. Those eyes, in those eyes I can do no crime.